If you've been following my channel from the beginning, you've probably seen my Light the World sign. But for Easter, I've decided to do something similar for the Easter initiative, because he lives. If you know, you know. On this one, guys, I made quite a few mistakes. And just right off the bat, you can see mistake number one, and that's the fact that I didn't cut down my plywood. For my Light the World sign, I cut it down to 4 feet by 6 feet. I attempted to try to do an entire sheet of plywood on this one and decided that it was just way too big. And so you might see when I get to priming it that it just automatically jumps to where it has already been cut and it gets a little bit shorter, and that's because I cut it because using a full sheet was just way too big. So essentially what I'm doing here is that I'm preparing myself a canvas and I'm making myself a painting for Easter. And here you can see mistake number 2 is that I start painting the sky and I get ahead of myself and I paint the entire canvas blue. This isn't a huge mistake because I end up fixing it later by painting the bottom portion white, because at the bottom of the painting I'm going to make what I'm going to call a ribbon with the hashtag because he lives at the bottom, and I kind of need the bottom portion to be white for that. And here is mistake number 3. I start painting the clouds for my painting, and then I realize that I'm not very good at painting clouds. I do end up fixing this later by kind of softening them up, and they end up looking a lot further away from you than what they do now, and I think that ultimately saves the painting. So this painting that I'm painting here is based off of a lot of what Bob Ross used to paint on his TV show a long time ago. And so I'm doing a forest with a bunch of mountains in the background. So what I'm doing now is that I'm fixing my mistake from earlier where I painted the entire board blue. It made it necessary for me to paint the bottom half white again just so that I can make my ribbon. This is me taping off my letters so that when I paint my ribbon purple is that I still have letters on my ribbon. Here you can see me putting what I've learned from Bob Ross to the test. I'll let you guys watch this come together for just a second. It's really quite nice. This is what Bob Ross used to call your bravery test. You can see that when I start to put the highlights of green on there, that the painting really starts to come alive. Just here in the final moments before we get to the final reveal, if you have not yet, please like and subscribe. It would really help me out. With that being said, here it is, the moment you've all been waiting for, the final reveal, and please enjoy.